Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play this game. Starcraft 2 Legacy of the Void on the Mysterious GG. We completed 14 of 19 missions. We've only got 5 missions left to go. Seems like not that many. Yeah, we're closing in on the end of this thing. It's so far, we've gotten all of the Solar Rite, which is important. And we've been beating everything on hard difficulty, which is important. Last time we finished Templar's Charge, which was important. Let's see what Alarak has to say about getting rid of the caste system.
Such hubris. To think that
I guess he's talking about the Terrans. Not really worried about us. Protoss.
It's always hubris with the Terrans. Get too close to a black hole, and it will crush you.
It's a fun kind of hubris, though.
Of the Tal'Darim, Alarak.
Yes, but you were wrong, and I'm right.
Mindless and obedient slaves.
And we thought you were weak, impure, and unworthy.
I guess we all
And
live
yet now
and
we
learn, huh?
stand together.
Perhaps we acted too rashly with Mobius Core. There may have been a different way.
Oh, Templar, is there ever a moment when your people do not doubt themselves?
He's got a point.
Extermination was the only course. The hybrid leave nothing to say.
Yeah, their brains basically got scrambled. I think they needed to go.
This victory belongs to Karax.
And Galactor. I'm sure I've explained it in passing before. So, because I was going back, these videos take a little more work. It's a shame that like nobody's watching the series, because these videos take a little more work, despite the clickety-clack of the mouse and all the things that suggest slow effort. I do have to go in and do a little bit of editing on this series, because of my recording setup does create some sound defects I have to fix. And while going back and listening to something for sound sync, I caught a moment where Karak said something like, you know, yes, no, this Solar Rite belongs to us, and I loudly proclaimed, this Solar Rite now belongs to Galactor. Galactor is the villain from the anime Science Ninja Team Gatchaman, which has had various English language dubs. Well, really two. Battle of the Planets, which was fondly remembered by a lot of people who grew up in like the 70s. Even though it took Sandy Frank's production took extreme liberty with the story. And then G-Force, which was a Ted Turner produced thing much later, more faithful to the original, but nobody remembers or cares about it because it used to air like 3 in the morning. But one of them, I think it was, I think I might have been watching the subtitled versions, because I got curious about checking out the series based on seeing it, on seeing G-Force and remembering having watched Battle of the Planets as a little kid. And there's a scene in like one of the, you know, the original subtitled, or the original Japanese language version, I guess, where at some point somebody gleefully yells out in the subtitle, say, this planet now belongs to Galactor! And it's like, ah, ha, ha, ha. So that's been a thing that I will say, the things now belong to Galactor! Ah, ha, ha. Let's get on with the War Council here. There's conversations, there's upgrades, there's all sorts of stuff going down.
Our scouts are reporting the Dominion is attempting to fight back the Golden Armada. Despite their efforts, multiple systems have fallen.
Well, there are jobbers.
May those Terrans find peace in death.
I will bring it to them if need be.
Rohana.
In the highest. That would be a joke about Hosanna. I don't need to explain that.
While his brethren, the Zelnaga, slumbered through the millennia, Amon and his followers descended upon Ire.
Well, at least you can say that they were doing stuff while the rest of the Zelnaga were just being lazy.
For us as teachers, as gods.
He changed us, manipulated our essence, but we grew beyond his control. He and his followers fled to Xeris to create the Zerg.
Who grew beyond his
The
control.
culmination of his efforts. False Zelnaga, created in his image. They...
Amon's really kind of crap.
Rohana, this is too dangerous. You cannot go on like this.
Oh, who cares? It's her choice to make.
It is my duty to know the truth, to bear it. I know now. This is my purpose.
No, Rohana, please, I care about you. I'm hoping... Oh, hey, check it out, Colossus in the background. It's kind of fun. I'm hoping someday, when this is all over, you and I can go do whatever it is Protoss do to have children. I'm just, like, waiting for this thing to get bored and walk by. It's just gonna hang out here, huh? Alright.
Capital ships have docked within the Spear of Adun. They await your preference. The Tal'Darim Wrathwalker robotics are now online, Hierarch.
Uh-huh. So, Purifiers have the classic Colossus, which sets fire to the ground, damaging enemy ground units over time. The Wrathwalker can attack land and air units. It deals bonus damage to structures. It attacks single units for heavy damage. Reactivated by the Tal'Darim, these Colossi have had their thermal lances replaced with charged pulse blasters that can decimate priority targets. I think Colossus are better overall, but the Wrathwalkers can be good against air. As far as capital ships go, we've got the Carrier. Heals nearby friendly mechanical units. Interceptors attack ground and air units. Having miniaturized Spear of Adun's reconstruction beam, Karax has upgraded our carriers to the drones. They can repair other machines within their vicinity. These improvements will greatly enhance the longevity of our ships. Yeah. These things are great. The Tempest is the siege artillery of the Purifiers. Deals heavy damage from long range. Disintegration deals damage over time. The Tempest's volatile weaponry has always been endangered its pilot. Karax has integrated our Tempest into the Purifier data web, allowing them to be flown remotely. They can now be outfitted with advanced disintegration, at no risk to their pilots. I don't think we're gonna really find that many places to use it. The thing about the Tempest is, I could see it being a fun thing to use. It's got really great range, and they are a pain in the butt when the enemy uses them against you because they use them to break down your static defense. They are like the Protoss version of the Guardians in a sense. The thing is that you have to give up the carrier to get them, and then the last unlockable thing here is an even more fun super capital ship that we don't have access to yet. So I kind of feel like we're probably not going to use Colossus that much, or Tempest that much, but if we're going to use them, I'd like to go ahead and get it done, get them used. I'm thinking ahead to the very last mission of the main Protoss campaign, which is a holdout against massive... It's a typical countdown, you have to hold out against an infinite unstoppable army type of mission. And Tempest can be really fun for that because you can park them behind... You have allies that you need to keep alive. You can park the Tempest behind and let your allies absorb a shot while the Tempest do damage, but ultimately that's not even that great an idea because your allies will get wiped out if you do that. So unless you've got static defense, which costs a lot of minerals, with the Tempest back behind that, killing stuff. Tempests are great against... they are great at taking out from range like individual high hit point, high value targets. They're great against other capital ships. They're great against Colossi. They're great against static defenses. They're great against battle cruisers, siege tanks, Thors. Not that great against the Zerg, because with the Zerg, area of effect is usually going to be a lot more useful. But I think I'll use them in the next mission, actually. And I think I'll stick with Sentry. I've been watching some it's a channel I like, Giant Grant Games. He does a lot of like challenge runs where he plays through campaign missions with weird rules and shit. And he's a big proponent of the Havoc, but I like the Sentry. It's just it keeps stuff alive. And I don't know how much we'll be using of any of these, because this next mission is going to be the one that introduces the Void Ray, and it's very much encouraging you to go Void Ray. But I might go with a mix of Void Rays and Tempests. It's for fun. Let's go to Silver Knight Core.
The deeds of a Templar suit you, Karax.
I'm an engineer, you asshole.
My life, I have given myself to the art of creation. My war has been one of design.
But now I'm a simple
battle
butcher
against
like
obstacles
you.
that hinder optimization. I am a faith smith, and will always be my first calling.
So get over your
As times change,
thing about warriors
those
being
who
better
are
than everyone
born
else.
True Templar can become so through their deeds.
Then ready yourself, Templar. You will be needed.
Artanis is a good guy. He's got a good heart. He has no bad intentions, but I can't get past the fact that the highest compliment he can pay to this phase smith who has made himself a hero is, "You belong to the caste I belong to. You are good enough to be called equal to me."
Hierarch, the Purifiers are impressed with your leadership.
And the leadership of the
They
phase
clamor
smith in
to strike at
particular.
the heart of Iman.
Friend Phoenix, they are impressed equally with yours.
Shut up, you don't know that. I've been talking to
They have
them.
chosen to follow my command. Leadership is new for me, as is everything else.
I hope I can
I
learn
had not
to
intended
hang with
to
the
become
best of them.
hierarch. I questioned the decision. There had to be someone more worthy. Do not fall into the same mental traps I did, my friend.
Unlikely I'm not that
Purifiers
dumb.
follow you for a reason, as the Daylom now follow me. Self-doubt will only cloud your decision-making.
You speak truth, Hierarch. You speak as a leader.
The Purifiers follow you for a reason, friend Phoenix. There were no other Purifier plot characters with names that they could follow.
Trying to decipher the keystone is almost
Like
maddening.
Chlorarian did,
Without
don't count.
finding at
Come
least
on.
a single piece of common ground, one could create unique and yet valid results forever.
It's basically a MacGuffin. It does whatever the plot needs it to. It's crazy. It's made of MacGuffinite. Alright, well. What can we do with all these new points? Reconstruction beam is nice. Solar lances, nice. It might be time to forget about solar lance. We could get warp harmonization. If there was ever a time to get it, it's now, because this is the mission where we want to be making void rays and stuff. At some point, I should really showcase solar bombardment. Bombards the target area for 15 seconds, firing 200 random shots that deal 15 area damage each, 30 versus armored. This looks really cool and it's kind of fun, but for everything I've heard suggests it's actually kind of the weakest of these. Time stop freezes all enemy units and structures in time for 20 seconds. It's extremely OP. Purifier beams. Purifier fires a controllable beam at the surface that deals 750 damage to enemy units and structures over 15 seconds. Automatically acquires targets if it is not manually controlled. It's pretty damn good. And it's free, because this is the final tier of abilities. Time stop, however, is even more powerful. It is basically the creme de la creme here. Matrix overload. All friendly units 25% bonus and 50% bonus to attack speed while positioned within a pylon's power field. Guardian Shell. Friendly units become invulnerable for 5 seconds when taking fatal damage, defending death. Each unit can be shielded once every 60 seconds. Matrix Overload, I mean, these are all really good too, and they're all passives, but Reconstruction Beam is a really good one to have if I'm going to have this mission and not use carriers. It's a good one to have, because it'll mean a maximum of 3 targets can get repaired 5 life points per second of my capital ships to be flying around. I could go shield overcharge. Time stop feels like I'm not going to need it for this mission. I beat this mission off screen without, and then got stuck on the mission that followed. So I don't need the best everything in the world for this one. But shield overcharge, and then Starting supply or shield recharge. I think this will work. Let's get going.
Revanskar has fallen, and through its death, the Templar have been born anew. But the matter of the Tal'Darim still concerns me.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Siding with Alarak is indeed a risk. Tassadar, old friend. What would
And
you do?
again, he looks at his
Zeratul.
WWTD bracelet. What would Tassadar do?
Answer matters little. If this alliance can weaken Amon's armies, then it is a chance that must be taken.
Now, one reason I want to get these cool ranged capital ships that don't have special repair beams, get them used now, is I probably won't have a whole lot of use for the Tempests once we've got Void Rays. Void Rays are surgical strike craft, dealing increased damage with prolonged attacks. They can attack ground and air units. Void Rays are just fucking great. I've mentioned there's a channel I like. He almost never uses them because they're just too good. They are not cheap, but they are worth the price. And massed Void Rays can just melt stuff. Single target, no area of effect, but they do, their damage per second increases the longer they're focused on a single target. So they just melt big target things. And yeah, couple that with like shield overcharge and repair beam so that they stay alive. They're just really freaking good. We're heading for the planet Slaron, the Tal'Darim Blade World, with a population of 12 million Protoss, 1.4 cycles, 3 natural satellites, whatever. Let's get going. Because we don't have the option of saying, you know what, fuck it, we don't need the Tal'Darim. We have to get the Tal'Darim. I can't imagine playing through this game for the first time and not being like, oh cool, we get the Tal'Darim. But they act like it's this thing that might be risky and we have to do it.
Poised on laying waste to all life in the sector.
We had best act swiftly.
Rakshir. Usurpation by ritual combat cannot be rushed. Its rites demand careful preparations if they are to be accepted.
We are in orbit above a hostile world with an imposing fleet, and you speak of preparation?
You speak of knowledge, Judicator. You speak of experience.
Ruler of an entire people and bring them under my thrall.
What about my thrall?
You will aid me, and in return, I will remove the Tal'Darim from this conflict. That was our bargain.
No, you said you'd be on our side.
The ritual must be carried out as tradition demands.
This bargain grows less appealing by the moment.
Pray I do not alter it further, because I am basically Protoss Darth Vader. I mean, that's what he is. He's Protoss Darth Vader. Hey, new conversations are available. Let's talk to Alarak first.
I wish to know more about this Rakshir, your ritual combat.
Oh, and then read the wiki, nerd.
Understand Rakshir, you must first understand the sacred chain of ascension that ultimately links to Amon.
But I'm not going to tell you about it, so never
Each of
mind.
us is shackled to his will, and to the will of he who is in the link above. And yet, there is a way to ascend. By blade and blood, any Tal'Darim can usurp the position of the one above his station. It is through this ritual that Amon's ascendants are assured to be the most capable to carry.
Does Amon approve of this? Because it seems like it would really constantly have his army murdering itself.
He is considered so, but he has yet to face me.
And I've tricked you jerks into helping me.
I hope no one gets into the Terrazine while we're on Slain. It is such a difficult habit to break.
Do you speak of experience, Artanis? Do you speak as a former druggie? Terrazine is addictive. Crazy gas, I guess.
I know we cannot engage them directly, but this must not continue.
This sector? Oh, I guess they mean the Caprula sector, not just specifically Tal'Darim planet.
Whatever shall we do with this Alarak? He is quite unpleasant.
I think Alarak and Vorazun are going to end up as a couple. I mean, you know, they had a rough dating and engagement period, but I'm sure that they'll end up the best of friends.
There are things I understand about the Tal'Darim. Their zeal,
They're
their
zealots.
desire to appease their god.
That makes perfect
What I
sense to me. My
cannot
god is
understand
Tazadar.
is why Amon would cast aside his loyal allies so easily.
Amon is
Why
a
he would betray
douchebag.
their sacred trust and treat them as fodder.
I have felt his grand ambitions, Artanis. The dark truth is, Amon wishes no allies, aside from his hybrid.
Well, that's not that
He
dark.
believes he's ending a cycle of violence, but he only brings about an eternity of abomination.
Sure. Okay, that doesn't really explain very much, but whatever. Nothing new here, really. So we'll be unlocking Void Rays, which I guess are called Starcraft. These are starfighters. It will knock Capital Ship down to the bottom because it really should have been unlocked first. Yeah. Do we have new conversations?
I've been analyzing the Tal'Darim's war machines. Their technology is cloned from Collide designs. Aside from the construction
Sorry, war
materials,
machine.
there is little deviation. How is this feat possible?
They steal our
There have
ideas.
always been legends of vessels that set out into the cosmos and never returned.
The Tal'Darim are the Japanese. They took Western technology and just made it smaller and more efficient.
Only spirits of our past that strike when you are most vulnerable. Imagine if all this time we have been fighting an unknown war against the Tal'Darim.
Yeah, crazy.
It would explain a great deal.
How
It would
sad.
retcon much of our
They are
problems.
thieves, never knowing the joys of their own invention. How despicable.
I pity them almost as much as I loathe them. Let us exterminate them for their own sake.
Possible source of void energy is emanating from Slain. Hybrid? I shudder to think what lurks below.
Well, the hybrids should all be gone, but I guess if they were already on Slain, we wouldn't have gotten them yet, so.
These Tal'Darim have strange customs.
They are not logical like me and my robo-friends. Okay, let's throw down a save. Just so that we don't have to go through... Like, I'll be surprised if I really, really, really struggle on this next mission and need to completely rechange our War Council settings. I won't have to go through all the story again. Boom!
In order to invoke the challenge of Rakshir, preparations must be completed, as the decrees of old describe.
Okay.
Ready your warriors. Malash will surely attempt to interfere.
So, Void Rate Surgical Strike Blast deals increased damage with prolonged attacks. Here's Alarak, rather, first descendant of the Tal'Darim. In the past, I've already killed a Guardian. While the fog is active, I think, well, I don't know how long it's going to take us, but I'm not worried about accomplishments. I'm worried about just winning the mission. And as you can see, the Tal'Darim and Fanatical Falls of Amon, they will send everything they have to stop you. But more importantly, their planet is Scary Nightmare Deathland. It is the, what is going on with my cursor? This isn't good at all. I am going to let this, oh shoot.
These are Malash's guardians. I need you to eliminate them before I proceed.
If it must be done. Wait, what is that strange fog?
Terrazine. It flows in cycles from the chasms of Slain, bringing us closer to the void.
We are all drugged out
Amon's
maniacs.
forces will be able to manifest until the flow subsides.
What?
They do not possess their full power here, yet they will strike at your base ruthlessly.
I thought you promised an assured victory, Alarak.
I lied.
You enjoy a challenge, do you not?
Very well.
If that is your
My forces
custom.
will pursue the Guardians while it is clear.
It's not clear.
Terrazine flows. We must endure the onslaught.
Alright, so I'm going to pause, because I was getting some weird signs from my computer, and I'm going to just quick make sure everything is alright, and paste this together after the fact. Alright, we're back. Yeah, I was just getting some... Computer didn't seem very happy, but everything seems normal now, so let's get on with the mission. This is our army.
The Terrazine will rise shortly, my warriors. Be vigilant.
But I thought we just got done killing guys in the...
Void rays can now be warped
Got
in with our
automated
Stargate.
extractors, so there's
They
no
are
reason
ideal for intercepting foes in the battle ahead.
Well done, Facemate.
not to be
We will make good use
grabbing
of
this.
that.
This is one of those missions where we have a particular unit we're encouraged to use, so the game is going to give us enough stuff to actually use it. We will transfer... This is a warp Stargate, okay.
The veil between this world and the void is lifting. Amon's forces will arrive soon.
They can use warp and technology. I don't understand. How come when I go to the warp here, then it doesn't... Yeah, whatever. Okay, I need to... Okay, so my... Oh, one of my ranged people died. That's a shame. Oh, I'm a goof. I got these things built, but then I don't actually have it set up so that they don't have extractors. I use those points elsewhere. Alright, so we're going to run into economy problems here, trying to keep all this stuff going. But once we get our economy going and we have a big death ball of flyers, we'll be in good shape. They are killing my workers. Seems like it's being harder than it was on playing it on hard before. Am I just doing a worse job of managing my guys?
The Guardians stand watch over the shrines. Kill them slowly and painfully.
My people will fight with honor.
But,
Fighting for you. But first,
we will be slow and
must
painful,
establish our
however. That
defenses.
just seems like a good idea in general. Okay. So I did kind of a rotten job there. We're going to want to get some defenses going, as the man said. I'm going to want to get a fleet beacon going.
Hierarch, I was able to scan the Tal'Darim motherships in this region. They are carrying shipments of solarite. I don't think Alarak would mind if we liberated them.
So these void rays warp in a lot faster, but I thought I could just use the W command, and I can't. That's not going to work the way I thought it would. Oh well. But I gotta remember, I got the Purifier Beam, I got Orbital Strike, I did a terrible job with this, but cooldowns don't come in as quickly as you might like. I'm eventually going to need to get some, I don't know, should I bother with any static defenses? I need a cybernetics core, that's what I need, because I freaking forgot fleet beacons don't give us ship upgrade, cybernetic core does, so need to get that going. So we probably don't need to be as all fire to air as I have decided to be here. We got it.
We approach the void. Ready your warriors.
I'm ready.
You have not enough minerals.
Don't have enough minerals. 350 to 250. Okay. So these have 150 shields, 300 health. They're definitely tankier, but neither of these units are particularly tanky.
You require more Vespine gas.
Okay. Not off to a particularly fast start here, but oh.
Complete.
Crystals charged.
That might have been overkill. Oh, I was trying to save that pylon. I went a little overboard.
Our pylon is under attack.
Prismatic core online.
Just alternating directions is doing some good, though.
Your probes are under attack.
Amon's forces are gone. Now's your chance to attack the Guardians.
Yeah, I probably should be more more on the attack than I am.
The strength of the chosen.
Tal'Darim ships are heading towards our nexus, Hierarch.
Bring them down. You require more Vespine gas. You require more Vespine gas.
And what I'm running into is I don't actually have enough to keep these void rays coming in at this rate.
This vessel shall emanate. Prismatic core online.
But I've got these little optional objectives here.
Calibrating void lenses.
So I had them all using all of their best on this.
We have destroyed a Tal'Darim mothership.
Excellent. Only one remains.
Annihilation commencing.
Okay, that's pretty cool. There's resources out there on the world map that I'm not collecting, but I want to get just a couple of basic defense type things set up. Just so that I don't have to feel like I always need to pull everything back the minute we get attacked.
You have not enough minerals.
So hopefully defenses like this will at least buy us time.
We approach the void. Ready your warriors. This vessel shall invade.
But I think we can probably launch an attack during this period if I'm otherwise I'm just being way too conservative.
We face the enemy. Upgrade complete.
Have you come to bear witness to the end? Base is under attack. This shall not be our end, but a new beginning.
Okay, I may have lost some guys there.
Base is under attack.
You use your mouse to control this one, which is a lot of fun.
Annihilation commencing.
Oh, we got the... That doesn't cost any power? That's interesting, because it seemed like I just used that and we've still got it.
We are at full power.
You got distracted.
Base is under attack.
Annihilation commencing.
Upgrade complete.
Well, anyway. If I've got the, yeah, Tempests are expensive. Let's stick primarily with Void Rays.
Prismatic core unlocked.
The fog is fading. What better time is there to slay my enemies?
When the fog isn't faded? I don't know. It seems like you just always want to be slaying your
We
enemies.
face the enemy.
Alright, so now we're just attack moving towards our targets here.
Annihilation. It shall be done. Valor.
Okay, attack move here. Get you guys ready.
Do not fear death. Fear Amon. You should have everything now, Face Smith.
Thank you, Hierarch. I shudder to think of what they were planning to do with it. Enemy ships have set a course for our nexus.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I've got... Not using the Tempest particularly well, it seems, but,
Coordinating attack.
I guess you guys can't attack while moving. Because the Tempests are not firing that much.
Base is under attack. Shall be done.
So I'm not setting any speed records here, but,
Upgrade complete.
alright, let's get some more, we don't get some more, pylons, we're not going to have the supply limit to do this anyway. But I do rather feel like, I'm not taking advantage of my, warp gates.
You seek our aid? You seek our aid?
Prismatic core online.
Okay.
Upgrade complete.
They don't move at exactly the same speed.
Calibrating void lenses.
But I think we'll be fine.
Fire
Fog gathers, Artanis. Make your preparations if you're so inclined.
Now we gotta come back here just to be ready for this attack, unfortunately. I'm kinda having fun with the Tempest, though.
You require more Vespine gas.
You seek our aid.
You require more Vespine gas. Zaknak Paradactyl. Base is under attack.
Okay, you're not really Archons, you are Dark Archons, even though they're kind of reddish. So we're killing their Tempest pretty fast, that's cool.
Annihilation commencing.
Does seem like we've got enough to hold up here, even if we're not thriving exactly. You guys get over here and help with this.
You seek our aid.
Paradactyl.
You know, the Immortals will be a bit of a problem. They're really good at not getting killed by wimpy cannons.
You require more. We face base is under attack. Prismatic core.
Almost lost a void right there. You will be taken out by the, as you get within siege range, you will be taken out by the monolith, so that's fine.
We face the enemy.
Fog is fading. What better time is there to slay my enemies?
We face the enemy.
Just being able to target down and melt pylons is super useful.
so thrilling, why not join us?
Well, I must save my strength to face Malash, of course.
I don't know if I trust you. Oh well, whatever.
Prismatic core online.
We do have
Seek our aid.
all possible upgrades, right? Yeah. Oh no, we could still get shields.
Serve the will of the High Lord.
Uh-huh.
Power.
Do you? Oh.
Enemy ships have set a course for our nexus.
A 9. Annihilation commencing. Shall be done. Systems at
Okay, I guess we didn't quite
Upgrade complete.
get where we meant to here.
Our pylon is under attack. Enemy.
There's actually another base that I haven't bothered with, but we should get somebody up here to rebuild all these towers or photon cannons. There's a whole second base that I haven't bothered to take over that I guess we should clear out. But yeah, we basically have an unstoppable death fleet, and it's more a matter of it's annoying to have to pull it back to defend our base occasionally.
fog gathers, Artanis. Make your preparations if you are so inclined.
Yeah, like we didn't even get... Ugh, this is taking forever. We didn't even get after that base. I feel like we already have enough to win the mission. If I just decide I don't care about defending my base anymore. Now this, despite having shown as this is actually a
Our pylon is under attack. The enemy.
here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw shield boosts on this army. Have them go straight after this objective.
Know little of Alarak, or you would not aid him. Oh, what glorious deaths. You do well to promote my cause, Artanis.
I only hope that is true. The light divine base is under attack.
So we're just going to just ignore all attacks and fly straight towards their objectives to try to win before my base gets killed, because I'm just... At this point we could win, but
Stand against a god?
I didn't even get a chance to do my fancy super Tempest melty beam attack.
You go to your death, Alarak. The dark god will destroy you.
With extreme prejudice.
Heard enough of his lies.
I guess that wasn't really him? Or you just killed him.
Your ritual is complete. What now?
Well, they were not part of the ritual, but these traitors would have aided Malash in it, and I wish to see them die.
What? I think he just took us for a ride.
Time has come. High Lord, hear me. I invoke the right of Rakshir. Fight me according to our laws, or die a coward.
Mm-hmm.
We meet in combat at daybreak. You shall have your challenge.
You can leave your hat on. Kill one of Mordor Rush's guardians while the Terrazine fog is active in the steps of Rite mission. Okay. I thought I had done that already, but I guess maybe it counts because I did it on hard. I'm not sure. Anyway, that mission, that was a bit of a mess. Like, we built up this... I don't know if we lost a single Void Ray. 21 units killed. Maybe we did somewhere along the way, but I know we lost, like, probes and shit because I kept not really caring that much about my base. And we could have won that faster. Like, I had an unstoppable death ball. I just kept getting distracted by going back to defend my base. At any rate, 80 units owned, 644 units killed. So certainly we did okay. I think when we come back next time, we should continue to... Well, no, let's continue through. We'll do some more chit-chat and get to the next mission. Because I thought, or at least Artanis thought, this was the ritual, to have ritual combat. And in fact, it wasn't. He was just like, I want those guys dead.
I am going to make this clear. The Templar are not a weapon you can wield as you wish. We are not here to slay your enemies under false pretenses. Deceive me again, and this alliance of ours comes to an end.
But I've got M-Bison Psycho Crusher power.
Slaying Malash's guardians fulfilled more than one purpose. Once the High Lord lies dead at my feet, none will challenge my rule.
Well, not your folks.
After all these years, my victory is nearly at hand. I feel his concern, Artanis. He knows that I'm coming for him.
I'm worried about him. We're old friends.
Malash.
No. Amon.
Oh.
Through the breath of creation, I peer beyond the veil.
You're basically drugged out of your mind here.
Washing over me. He knows I no longer fear him. He knows that the Tal'Darim have no collar for him to control. I will turn the chosen against him.
Do not assume you are already victorious, Alarak. Do not let the Terrazine cloud your judgment.
You're high, dude. You're so high, man.
The battle is already won. In my mind's eye, I have delivered the killing blow in 1,000 ways.
Yeah, but that's your mind's eye, dude. That's my whole point.
Overconfidence is your opponent's greatest ally.
Your fate and your friends is yours.
Spoken as one who welcomes defeat.
Yeah, spoken as one who got stuck on the next mission because I didn't have all the cool solar Burnite. Well, that might be worth checking out. I think I'll throw down a save here, actually. And when we come back next time, we'll find out what Alarak has to say. You know, if he can clear the frickin' Vespine, Terrazine, whatever fumes from his head and straighten out his brain. See you then.